Recording is
And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
happy Juneteenth to black people everywhere, especially the ones in Texas.
We got Xavier.
I guess he's still muted.
Nah, he's not
Oh,
muted.
yeah.
I can't hear him though.
I can't hear him either. We have Shining Wolf
Hola.
and we have D Wolf.
Yo, greetings.
Hello, Xavier.
Xavier,
Can you
you
hear
there?
me?
Yes,
Yes, I can hear you.
bruh. I'm telling you, Jitty be fucking with people.
Yeah, Jesse be fucking. I guess. I guess that curse been passed on to Xavier. Used to be father. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good
I
as
am
always.
fucking
Uh,
exhausted.
man, I know. Before we get to our topics, I do want to get to some quick things that, uh, that stuff I think a lot of people wanted to talk about. I think, the Game Awards had this whole expose of all the games that they're coming out. Um, have anything like from the whole week? Has anything stuck out for y'all?
Nope.
No.
Well, they got the Crisis Core remake, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core remake
Oh
that
my
stuck out.
god.
They're remaking Crisis Core.
Yeah, they remaking Crisis Core, and then they showed like a teaser trailer to Final Fantasy VII Part Two, but it was just it was a teaser trailer. You know how those things go. They don't really be showing you that much information in those.
Have you played
So
Crisis
I just
Core
want.
before?
I have,
Yes, I.
yeah, I
Yes.
used to own it. Still, I own it on my computer now. But yeah,
Bruh. Yo, and I'm saying this when I say this, I don't hate Final Fantasy VII. I like Final Fantasy VII, but I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. Move on. Fucking move on. There's
It's the
16
25th
games in the
anniversary.
series.
You know
How are
they.
we
You
still
know
stuck on this one?
it's the
Shit,
25th anniversary. You know they was gonna talk about that. This is
nigga,
25th.
it was the 30th anniversary of the sixth one.
you're not allowed to be tired yet. You didn't get the beach volleyball
Oh,
edition yet.
don't tell me that shit. Do not tell me that. No.
Only then you will be tired.
Oh my
We
god.
about to milk them out like Mario. We about to have some Final Fantasy VII. What's the fucking city they live in?
Midgard.
Mushrooms,
You don't even.
Mushroom
Midgard.
Kingdom.
We're about to have that. About to
Oh,
have that
Midgar.
Yeah,
Midgard.
look at
That
you. You don't even
Midgard.
know the damn city. Shut up. Stop
I
talking.
know the city.
Midgard soccer.
I, I thought he was talking about. I thought he was talking about Mario. That's insane.
Mario.
Midgard soccer. They about to have a Midgard soccer game. You can't be tired yet. We got so much spinoffs coming for you.
No.
Yo,
We
when they
got
remake
Chocobo
Final
racing. We
Fantasy,
got Chocobo racing for you. Come on now.
when they
Please.
remake
No.
Final Fantasy 10, you're gonna see some seven in there. Just so you know.
Please.
You can dress Titus up as Cloud.
Oh my god. And I'm saying this not because I hate the game, but damn, there's
Yeah, I think they
others.
should. I think they just should have left it at part two. Well, I mean, I feel like they should have showed it separately. Like they gonna like wear you out. Like okay, so you got like Crisis Core coming out this year, and then next year you're gonna have the part two of set of the trilogy that they're coming out with.
I mean, I guess.
Um,
That's a lot.
uh,
That's a lot of Final Fantasy VII in a short time span.
Yeah, I guess.
I just want the main game to be completed. That's all I care
Yeah,
about.
I was like, I should put. I mean, but I guess Crisis Core is a part of the story. It's like a
It's a
prequel.
very important part of the story.
It
Yeah,
is. I'm not even gonna front. It is.
and then they done changed some stuff in the remake. So I guess they trying to make everything make sense. But they showed I like the Street Fighter game. The new Street Fighter game like is actually gonna be pretty good. I was kind of skeptical at first, but now I see more of it. I'm like, this might look like it might actually be good.
Oh, what up?
What
I
up,
told
Dion?
yeah, bruh.
Yo,
Yo, we spoke in this pack. The circle is complete. But continue.
Oh, you had
The
to?
circle is complete.
Damn,
Oh, oh
grandfather,
yeah.
you had to?
Well, no, we about to be. Let's just get
Oh,
the show going.
oh, because I just finished
Yeah.
something.
Oh, you about to come back for seconds because now we about to talk about WWE and the shit that we
Yes, sir. We spoke in
this
this Vince McMahon
Vince
pack.
McMahon pack. Oh
Oh shit!
man, how y'all
Oh
feel about
shit!
this? How y'all feel about what's going on?
Hey,
I
yo,
mean, Vince McMahon fucking around on his wife ain't nothing new. Let's start with that.
you want to know? Yo, I'm gonna say this in public for everybody to hear. Satan works hard, but Vince McMahon works harder.
Ah shit!
When fucking JR yelled, that man is shaking the hands with Satan himself. I felt that. I now understand why he said that.
He said that with his entire chest too.
Bro, he said that with his entire spirit. JR's spirit emanated that night, and it still remains in
Oh
that
shit!
when he said that. Cause, bruh, like, and it's not, bro. This shit has been going on since the 80s. This man has been in scandals since the motherfucking 80s.
Like I said, him fucking around on Linda ain't nothing new.
Yeah, but it's deeper than Linda. Like, this man has covered up murders. This man has covered up murders. This man, like, you remember we all remember the whole Chris Benoit thing. Like, who was the first person seeing that interview?
Vince
Vince
McMahon.
motherfucking McMahon.
See, I started to say something about Brisbane while I was trying to avoid bringing that shit up.
Hey man, it's 2022. It happened in 2007. We can talk about it now.
I
Like,
mean, is one of those we don't talk about Bruno things. We don't talk about Benoit. You know what I'm saying?
nah, we can talk about Benoit. We deserve to talk about Benoit because we had to eat that.
We did have to eat that.
We had to fucking
As wrestling fans, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an L we have yet to. Yeah. Oh,
Speaking
shit.
of having to eat something, how you feel about Sasha being released?
That shit was
Or
only a
rumored?
rumor.
Rumored.
No, she's released.
Wait,
Oh
is the
no, it's
first?
official now.
Yeah,
It's
she's
fine.
released.
She'll be alright.
That's what I'm saying. Me and Sasha Banks are no longer together because I'm all on that Mercedes now. We riding Mercedes now.
You's a stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, that's my bro. That's always gonna be my girl. I will never. She would have to do something catastrophic for me to stop my support. But
Stump kittens.
yeah, fuck them kittens. What they doing in Hawaii? But like, cause here's my thing. Cause like, bruh, we've seen this woman. Like, yo, Ray, you were there.
Yeah.
Leon, you were there. Like, bruh, we've seen this woman wrestle 5-star matches in her rookie year. Literally, she was defending championships and takeovers, and as soon as she went to the fucking main roster, they tried to, like ever since she went to the main roster, like she's always been a star. She's always been able to fucking outperform the bad booking. But WWE has a way of consistently place bad bookings on some of their most elite talents. Let's take another example. I'm gonna go away from Sasha Banks for a bit to make this point. Cesaro. This man, when I tell you this man, like he's a once in a generation talent. The shit that man was doing in the ring, in a WWE ring at that, like, I don't understand how he was not world champion at least once. They kept putting him in tag teams. They kept putting him in, these little 5-second feuds. You know, he's heel, then he's face, then his theme changes, then he's face a little bit, then he's heel, then he's in a tag team, theme change. Like, what are they doing with this man? Who, like, come on. Everybody knows who Cesaro is. Like, he's the swinger. This man swung the great fucking Khali. Bruh.
Oh man. Oh,
And
I
like,
remember that.
I'm sorry, but like, it's like I have so much to say because this company, like, this has been years just building up of seeing this company just badly book people. And they don't like, and the sad part is they know how to book. It's not like WWE doesn't know how to book people. They know how to book motherfuckers. But when it just comes to the super talented people that they got, they all of a sudden they're dumb. I don't understand. And like, bro, Sasha Banks being released by the WWE is kind of a blessing in disguise because, bro, she was a literal tag team champion. Like, she was the women's tag team champions for the second time.
The first ever.
Yeah, the first ever.
One of the first ever women's tag team champions.
Yeah, but that legacy now is kind of diminished because they stupidly booked this fucking tag team title championship. You know what I'm saying? Every time Sasha held it, it was elevated, like, because of who she is as like a talent. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She's going to elevate anything she motherfucking touches. But for some reason, they just hit her with the bad booking. And then all of a sudden, she's supposed to be in this fucking like 6-pack challenge, and her tag team partner is her opponent in the match. Like, what? Hello?
Everyone thought that was stupid. Everyone thought that was stupid,
bruh. And it was so stupid they fucking left. I want you to think about that shit, Dion. They were so stupid they vacated the titles. These are championships, and they vacated them. That's how stupid that shit was.
Sasha's statement, the reason why she left just sums that up. And I'm gonna just say it real quick. You're not treating your women's tag team champions like champions.
Yeah, that's like placeholders.
They were placeholders for the fucking Bella Twins.
Oh my god, the Bella Twins.
I'm telling you, they're gonna fucking try to shoehorn the Bella Twins in there and make them the first ever twin sister women's tag team champions, and like some dumb shit like that. They're gonna find a way to force them into the women's tag team title picture. It's one of these WrestleManias coming up in the next like couple of years. They're gonna fucking do it. I guarantee you.
Oh my god! It's the fact that you're right. It's the simple fact that you're not wrong.
They haven't done it yet, but it's fucking coming.
It's coming. I totally fucking see it. Oh, they never won the tag team. They're gonna come back. We've done all these great things, but the one thing we've never did is win the tag team titles. I'm like, oh, here we go.
That's their return speech is gonna sound just like that. Oh my god, I can hear their voices now.
I don't want to hear their voices. I just want to focus on my Mercedes. I'm riding Mercedes today. That's my girl.
All right. In other news, did y'all hear about? And D-Wolf sent this to me. I found this out, and I wanted to make sure it confirmed this, and it is confirmed that Joe Biden he had an executive order on LGBT bullying law. Is that what it was, D-Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how y'all feel about him doing that?
It's an anti-bullying law?
But for LGBT, I guess. That's what he said, right? That's what he said.
For the LGBT. Yeah.
Okay. That's self-explanatory to me.
Stay skipping us, yo. It's 20.
And and it's not like it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I'm pretty sure no one is like opposed to that, but it's just very interesting how when it's specifically for a certain group, they'll, specifically mention that group. But when it's for black people, it's minorities. It's people of color. You know, it's all the other little buzzwords that they like to use. I
I'm
just think
glad the LGBT got their bill, but God,
it's not.
damn, we getting skipped over again.
Where's the
Well,
Negro bill?
Wait,
well,
does
if
the
you're black,
sign
just claim
bill
LGBT.
does the sign bill count for
Oh shit,
every?
Mark, what up?
Yeah, what
What
up?
up, Mark?
Oh my God, my
What's good?
brother Mark.
Oh,
How
I
you?
got one for
What's
you too,
good?
Mark. I
Oh
got one for
God.
you too, since you here.
Oh shit.
I got
Is it a bill that you can't discriminate against us because of our hair? Is that a bill yet?
I was going to ask
It was
because like
recent, wasn't it?
I actually read about this bill on like the White House website. Their website ugly as shit. It need to be updated. But anyway, so I
Mm,
was
you're absolutely correct about that.
yeah, like I
oh
was reading
shit.
about it, and this bill they really already admitted that they already passed like 300 anti LGBTQI plus laws this year. So
More than
I
320.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like I mean at least they get something. Hopefully this includes all LGBT QI, including blacks. That way we can at least get some piece of the pie.
Just claim it.
But
I mean, it
you
includes
know,
blacks if they LGBTQ and all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I hope so because everybody's still going to take Juneteenth off. You know what I'm saying? Even though they may not. But it is what it is. You know, like you can't win for lose. I man, just one day I would like to see actual progress. But you know, I don't want people to be discriminated against because of their sexual preferences. I think that's kind of stupid.
That
I think
is stupid.
discrimination in general is stupid, but like
Better say
I
that.
mean, you know, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Period. Like,
Yeah, that better say what you think.
hey, if I didn't think that, I'll be the fakest motherfucker to ever walk the streets. Cause I've never had an issue with that. Like even where I grew up and people were being like
I
homophobic and shit,
discriminate
that
against the
shit
furry
never bothered
people.
me.
That's who I discriminate against.
Man, that's a
You know what?
different galaxy over there, man. I don't know what they be thinking. That's some
discriminate.
next
I'm
shit.
discriminating against them. I'm going.
Man.
Yeah, like, and they really like had down like a whole like breakdown too. Like they were even talking about LGBTQI homelessness and like housing instability, like how like urban development were throwing people out if they were
Gay.
losing their sort of income and they were gay. So like it was just more reason to throw people into the street. And I was like, okay, damn, that's really fucked up.
Yeah,
That's very fucked up.
that's a little
Yeah,
weird. How they justify that?
they
Hmm.
didn't. That's why they passed the bill and said we sorry.
We're sorry. We're
They
sorry.
said, we're
Hmm.
sorry. Your number cannot be completed as dialed. You know what I mean? Like,
Government.
Like, bruh.
Shout
It's
out to
some
the 80 and 90% of black people that voted for Joe Biden.
Oh shit.
That's all. Okay. On to other news. Since you here, Mark, I can really say this.
oh
How do you
god,
feel about Joe Budden? Speak another Joe. Joe Budden saying that Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson.
he really
bruh,
said that. He really
bruh.
fucking
Oh
said
fuck
What?
no! Get them the fuck
First,
out of here.
Legit?
first of
Wait,
all, bruh.
wait, y'all have to
Legit?
you have to hear his explanation before you judge. Because what he said, I
I
can
do need to hear
understand what
it.
he was saying, but you have to hear
But
his justification though.
I do need to hear it.
Because just listening to headlines and clickbait of people just saying Chris Brown better than Michael. Uh, I
And
mean,
I'm not a big Chris Brown fan either, so I'm not
I mean
defending
Chris.
him.
I was really into Chris Brown up until like I think the Double Mint commercial, and I think that was
Yeah,
right before.
that was right before he hit Rihanna. Yep.
Like yeah, like that was right before
Damn.
he threw her ass from wall to wall, which is fucked up. But it's right before this.
I
So
like that song too. You ain't shit for that.
hey, but I love the song. I love the song,
From
but
wall to wall.
Chris Brown took so many, you know what I'm saying, like influences from Michael. Like he was definitely inspired by him. Like there's no way. But my bias is just gonna say Michael all day. I'm sure Joe Budden had an explanation that probably clarified a lot more of what he was talking about. But just at face value, as just me standing Michael and the greatness that he is, it's a hell no for me. Until further details, it's a hell no for me.
Can I piggyback off you real quick?
Go for it.
This man did a performance where he just popped up and felt like I don't know how many minutes he just ain't do nothing,
You talking about the
and the
Super
crowd was
Bowl?
still going crazy. Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with him being so talented, though.
When you achieve that, then you can say you're just as good as
But
Michael Jackson.
but Mariah Carey can do the same thing. But Mariah Carey, all she does is sing. She don't dance. She don't do nothing on the stage, and she can get nearly the same type of reaction.
I don't know
Mariah
about
can
that.
do that. I'm
Oh,
Nah,
not.
I agree.
whoa!
No,
Hell
I
no.
Don't
agree.
play with Mariah Carey now.
Yeah, I
I
agree
like,
with
Don't
Xavier
play with
because
Mariah
you
Carey.
have to remember, bro. Like, have you heard Mariah Carey's debut album?
yes.
Right. That's one of her. I mean, that will always be one of her best albums.
That is probably
Right.
one of the greatest R&B albums ever. Like her debut.
I remember years ago, I forgot who said it. I was listening to some radio station, and they were like, "Yeah, I like Michael more, but Prince, he's more talented than Michael." And everybody in the studio was like, "What? Shut the fuck up, man! What are you talking? You know?" And then he just listed down. He was like, "Okay, well, Michael, can he play this? Can
Boom,
he play this instrument? Can he play that
boom,
Mm-hmm.
instrument? Does he
boom,
write like this? You know, this
boom.
guy is like killing it. He wrote things I didn't even know, right? He wrote for the band The
Mm-hmm.
Bangles, their songs and shit. I'm like, word? Then when you think about them singing it and you try to put his voice to it, you're like, oh shit. Oh, it works with him. It's like you could
Right.
told he would have sang that song first, you know. So yeah, I understand that. Like that's why I said
Right.
like I need to hear his explanation.
Yeah.
And
Yes, I'm saying
also
if it's more
because,
context to that, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
but also because Michael died too, so there's like a special thing there
Oh
where
yeah,
when
I
people
want
hear
dance
that,
contests
they are
as a
like,
kid.
"Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you mean? Don't
Dance
disrespect
like Michael.
Michael." But yeah, it's more so about the stuff that Chris Brown accomplished and what Chris Brown has done
Mm-hmm.
versus what Michael has done.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what he was talking about as far as more talented. And some people understood, some people still don't understand. But
Yeah.
I understood that, once he explained it, I'm like, okay, I can see what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are just simply not going to agree. But it's like, when you really think about it, I always said, I always said, Michael Jackson always did the same fucking dancing, almost. If it wasn't like a serious choreograph, it was nearly the same Shimon type stuff. I said he kind of did the same thing over and over, and people act like he's one of the best dancers on this earth.
I ain't
And
gonna say he's one of the best. I ain't
I'm
gonna say
like,
one of the best dancers though.
what? I'm like, Michael didn't really dance like that. I said Janet is a better dancer than him.
Yeah, I
I
think
said
so.
now
I agree. I agree with that
he
definitely.
had
Ah,
some. He did
no,
some
nah,
choreography.
nah.
He did some choreography a little here and there, but I just don't consider him to be like one of the baddest dancers out there.
Mm. Yeah, I can't agree to that. But I'm open to what you're
Okay.
saying. Like I'm
Now
listening.
when
I ain't gonna argue, but like the just me looking at so much of what Michael had done, like not just in the music videos, but him like dancing on the regular, like the moves that he invented, the stuff that's iconic. Like, yeah, sure, some stuff may even be doing the same, I guess, signature moves or like his little call outs and what he be doing. But I mean, that's for a lot of people. Like how many backflips did Chris Brown do? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I say the
In the
same thing
same
about Chris
song, you know what
Brown.
I'm saying?
I said Chris
Yeah.
Brown be doing the same shit. But
And the one thing I will say
every
though,
time you see Janet Jackson always has new choreo.
but that's what I was going to
She
say though.
always had something
Even
legendary.
though Michael and Chris do the same stuff, sometimes at least they had like a wide range of moves. Janet did new stuff, but at least even if you see some of the same iconic moves, they still do more than like someone like, I hate to throw him under the bus, but like, or Marion, who probably got like a good four good little moves, and then he's done.
Sure.
But
Oh shit. Yeah, but the only dances
Mhm.
y'all talk about is Remember the Time and Thriller.
oh, I wasn't even going to use that. I wasn't going to use that.
Those are his
Like
only.
just
Those are really his in Scream.
what about
But
Smooth Criminal? That's
I was
iconic.
just gonna say
no,
Smooth
y'all
Criminal.
only talk about Smooth Criminal when he does that stupid forward shit, and that's it.
You're
He's
stupid.
not
That's
For
it.
me,
stupid.
Oh, you mean
But
when he
but
tilt
that
when he
whole
tilt forward on his tippy toes?
but
But
that
the
whole
thing is,
Yeah.
though, he was
but
on
that
a
whole
machine when he
choreography
did
though
that.
is
Not
not
to
easy though.
reduce what he did, but
Yo, come
Yeah,
on,
that
man. Why have none of y'all said Ghost? Come on.
no,
nah.
but
For
like
me,
Ghost is good too,
People
especially
don't
with
remember
the
those.
with the leg movement he was
I
doing,
bring it
like
up.
that
People are
jumping up
like,
and
"What?"
down, like that was good. I'm just surprised. Like, I actually think that Michael really invented some like really good stuff, and he was always, I mean, like he
he didn't
practiced so
invent
many
nothing. But
different
he didn't do
moves.
nothing but the moonwalk. That's the only thing he's done that he made up.
Which
He
he
didn't do
did more
nothing
than
else.
Technically, he
the
didn't even make
moonwalk.
that up.
all right,
What you talking about, Billy Ocean?
I'm telling
Nah,
you,
some dude on
y'all
Soul
be
Train.
giving him a little bit more hype than really what he is.
Yo, all right. So my thing is like,
It,
I don't know. I
it
think
was
he's
some
so
dude on
great.
Soul
Like,
Train.
yeah, but my thing is with Michael, I think the main thing about him is just his what's that word I'm looking for? Like,
with the execution,
no, not the execution. It's the fact that he's Michael Jackson. Like
That je ne sais
he
quoi.
yeah, like he's unique. He's just unique. Like there's not gonna be another one, literally.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think
I mean,
it's
it's a whole
that.
package.
And on the
That's
other
Yeah,
what
side,
makes. That's
yo,
what makes it.
That's really
That's what
what
on
makes
it
the
it
is.
other
so.
side, the jokes,
Nope.
yo, shit's
like
Ain't going there.
he's
funny as hell,
like
yo. I'm
he's
sorry.
once in a lifetime. I think that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Right.
He's a once in a lifetime talent, and I think like this is why I say it's really unfair to compare Michael to anyone, because Michael was literally in a different league. This man has statues about him. This man will turn his head and people fucking faint and go to the hospital. Like, bruh, I don't think nobody can really compare to Michael. And like even when we're talking about talent, like everybody has some form of talent, but it's how far people invest in that talent, and it's also how you use that talent to showcase whatever like endeavor you're doing or whatever, like whether it be dance or singing. Because let's take Whitney Houston for example. There was a time nobody was out singing Whitney Houston. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So like people have their prime, and then people they fall back a little bit. Or
Mm-hmm.
you could have a situation where, let's say Chris Brown for example, let's say Chris Brown is the once in a lifetime talent of his generation right now, and then 20 years later there's someone that does everything he does but 10 times better. So does that mean that Chris Brown is no longer talented? You know what I mean? So yeah, like I don't know. Like I feel
and
like
but
you
but
can't
and
really
the other thing
blame
about
him.
Michael is that like Michael lived through a whole generational shift from him being a kid. Like he had a whole image with his siblings that he was maintaining, and he was in a group, and a lot of the times, and Michael's not the only person that did this, don't get me wrong, we got other people that definitely broke out and did their own thing from a group, but he's one of those rare ones that not only broke away from the group but really made like his own thing. Like he's so Michael Jackson that sometimes some people may forget about Jackson 5 because he's so Michael Jackson.
It depends on the age.
Yeah, because I was introduced in the '90s, Michael, and then that movie American Dream came out, and
Oh
then I was
yeah,
like,
I
oh
know what you're
shit, for
talking
real?
about.
And
That
then
damn movie.
yeah,
That movie
Cause
stayed
it
on
made me
BET.
squirm even more.
we will
Bruh.
always know
Balls in the swimming
Beyonce as being from Destiny's Child. Other people may not remember Beyonce as in Destiny's Child, but we
That's what I'm
will.
saying. And we remember Justin Timberlake from NSYNC, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah, I was
I
thinking
remember
about
like it was yesterday. I saw Justin Timberlake doing the Zabba Zubadoo for Tarzan, and then he by himself. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And all the other songs they had together. But Chris Brown, you know, he was always his own thing. I don't remember Chris Brown being in no group unless I'm missing something.
He was not.
Nah, he was never in the group.
Yeah.
He was scat daddying. That's all I know.
Yo, all right.
Bruh.
I can't think of Michael Jackson without thinking of this episode anymore because that episode fucked me up. So, did anyone watch Black Dynamite, the animated
Yeah,
series? Okay, did
yeah,
you see the
I seen
Michael
that.
episode?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yo,
Where he was the alien.
yeah.
Where alien got his
But
one.
that
That
also reminded
shit.
me of the Robot Chicken Joint though.
I've
Like they were kind of the
seen.
same thing.
Oh my god, I've seen
It
Michael
was.
Jackson shit, especially on Mad TV and certain movies. But that shit got me, yo. That one got me the most. Yo. I was dying. Shit. But yeah, I'm sorry. I can't think of him any like he can't come up in conversation just because of the episode. I could let it slide with the rest I've seen, but this one, yeah, I can't.
For me, when it comes to somebody doing a parody of Michael, I immediately think of that one South Park episode.
I was waiting for somebody to
Oh,
say
you
yeah.
talking
that.
about
No,
when
you
they was in
just
the
ignorant. You just ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're ignorant.
My
I
favorite.
love that though. Like that's definitely such a Michael comment. No, you're
To say
ignorant.
that to
No,
everyone.
I love
You
it.
don't know what you're talking about, and you're just ignorant.
All
Oh my
right. Any
god.
last words before? Any last words before we start getting on topics?
You're ignorant. You're just ignorant.
Michael doesn't have the Lego.
I love Michael. It ain't nothing in this world that can make me betray that man.
Jamon.
And
Come
Them
I
on.
bubbles.
I'm
Michael
sorry,
didn't
man.
have the Lego.
I defend. Well, I mean, that right there. I'm still rocking with him. I'm still on Team Michael, Team Johnny Depp. I ain't going nowhere. It's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Jermaine, get me some tissue.
Why?
Wait, hold
Why would you not be on
wait.
team
Last thing,
Johnny Depp?
last thing, right before you change the subject. I remember this one damn time when Michael. I was watching this shit years ago, and Michael had a damn Grammy, and I'm guessing him and Jermaine must have got into it before he accepted that award. Because when he accepted the damn award, he said, "You know, I really just want to appreciate everybody for coming out here and just me accepting this award, especially on my family, my brothers, including Jermaine, I guess." I said, "Bro, they must have got into it."
I guess.
He picked up
He
that
said,
damn
I
award.
guess.
He said, I guess. Michael was petty.
As a mother.
I love Petty Michael.
He had
Petty
the,
Michael's
he
funny.
had the right
Bro,
to be petty.
that scene when they were singing "We Are the World" and the white people started singing, he stopped bobbing his head. I'm like, you ain't shit, Michael.
Michael cannot hide his shit.
Like he's
The
so
best
petty.
is yet to come.
Oh my goodness.
Bruh.
Okay, all right. Now on to some of the topics. How do y'all feel about Dr. Fauci getting COVID?
Yo.
Is that an
I
out
mean-
for him to die all of a sudden? And then you're like, so now we have no one to punish for this shit? Fuck out of here. I'm like, that's where I am.
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna let the Lord deal with that.
Why y'all saying it like as if Dr. Fauci is against people? He didn't do nothing bad.
You didn't.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
You wanna
Somebody
say-
said, ooh.
Okay, I'm high right now, so now I gotta remember everything I said. 'Cause
Yes,
I was like,
I'm
this
not
span through
alone.
plenty of episodes. Okay, where do I start?
Where do you start? That's
I was about to say,
He
there's a
was
lot of shit
experimenting
Fauci
on
done.
kids. He was experimenting on kids at some point. A whole bunch of them died. And then the whole AIDS thing, he started giving out like bullshit information about how AIDS was and shit, and he was just killing off a lot of people with certain drugs they were taking to in the beginning stages of that.
Y'all talking about stuff that
what
is
else?
not really proven.
No, that is proven. It's documented. There's
No, it's proven.
refuting. It's out there. This is not.
Damn.
I don't play games that
From
say
where?
this shit
It's
because I'm
not.
concerned.
It's not hearsay.
So
Where is it documented? Who documented it? Who talked about it?
there are reports, there are articles, and there are actual documents of the incidents from the local towns and stuff like that. It's there. This is not fake shit. It happened. That's what I'm saying. That's why I always say, like, people.
I mean,
and people know this.
People
Nobody's like,
people always experimented for drugs
wait in droves.
I mean, but how do y'all
in
know?
Droves, and not only
exaggerated?
him. Let's talk about Bill Gates. He's even worse. So
because if it wasn't for some people, we wouldn't know if these vaccines were working
on kids. Just testing out these things on kids and lying about it. This is documented and lying about it.
I just know his position in the government with what he's done with NIAID, but I don't know like too much about like the conspiracy of him. My only thing about it was when I heard he tested positive for COVID, I was like, I'm not surprised, just because of
But he already said that everybody will get COVID.
And I remember one of his quotes where he was like, everyone has to accept the risks and willingness that takes becoming being affected. He was like, I'm 81 years old, so however it affects me, I got to deal with it. That's all I really. In terms of COVID, that's what I know what he said.
But I was reading articles on Fauci about stuff that he has done to help with AIDS and to help with other stuff that's happened.
I remember his what was it like the domestic global health issues where he like advised like I think 8 or 7 presidents against how to combat AIDS and HIV. So maybe the articles I've seen are just only good things. Maybe I'm not reading the right stuff, but the stuff I read was from like NIH.gov about who he was.
It's not that you weren't reading the right stuff. It's just that's what was put forth.
Well, until one of y'all give me a credible source, I don't want to hear nothing about no article. I need credible source.
I have plenty.
Because I feel like we always say, "Oh, it's been documented." Okay, but documented where? On Wiki?
Yeah, you're not looking. No, oh my God, I would never. I would never.
He said, "Oh my God, I would never." He got offended when he said
Wiki. Yeah, right.
The word Wiki just put a bullet in that.
I mean, Wiki does have true shit, but I'm like, I will never use that as a source. There's too many variables there. I'll never do that.
Like that's something that anybody could just come in and edit shit, right?
Yeah.
But
and sometimes that's not always a bad thing. There are people that legit update shit and be like, "Oh, that was wrong in the first place." Like, that's what I'm saying. It's there, so there are too many variables where it will change. There are lies about people that are still there to this day, and there are people that actually look at and like broadcast and like laugh at themselves and laugh at it because like they haven't changed it yet. I've said it, and so these things are there. So that's why I'll never use that as a source.
You know what's funny about people laughing at Wiki is that like people are saying like you can get in and change whatever you want, but as someone who works with websites, if I had access to that stuff and I work for them, I could change whatever they put in like a Word document. Like even though the website may say .gov or even like a .org, it's no guarantee that that's technically 100% right either. Like because of
this video. I'm sorry.
Of what's given to that's what I'm saying. Like but I'm talking about how people say the website stuff. Like as someone like me who edits websites on a daily, like I manage like 150 websites for universities and shit. So you put what they give you on the website. Like this is just an example. Like let's say Fauci took a bunch of rabbits and smushed their heads together in front of like 12 people. And someone wrote about it. But when it's time to put that on the website, they go and backspace that shit and just give you something else. So
all I know is Fauci,
at this point, you gotta have like
Fauci tried to notified the president,
I do know about that from what I
Mr.
read.
Trump, about this pandemic, and Mr. Trump was not listening. So
Yeah,
I
of
don't think
course,
any.
Trump
of course
was
they'll
just-
put that out. That's like
He said, of course, they put. Yeah, Trump was working on his
Like-
toupee or something, whatever he was doing.
I'm not surprised at all. Then I'm like, then what it turned out to be, I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm really not surprised. Holy shit.
He was
Okay.
actually supposed to be investigated too, because apparently he had some money in the lab in Wuhan, but that was, I don't know too much about that.
It was proven true
It was
in
Wait,
court.
wait,
In
it
court,
was?
that's what I'm saying, but nobody's doing any. This is why
I
I'm so.
know it's
This is why I get so passionate when I talk about that. Because
Mhm.
I'm like, it's not. This is okay. I'm sorry, I'm yelling into the mic. Okay, this shit is on like what's that C-SPAN shit? That shit airs,
Yeah.
right? But the news does not play it. And if they do play it, they play snippets of one person yelling at that person, so that one that's yelling is crazy, but the questions are legit. Like, I'm like, yo, and people, and this is why I say, yo, do not believe anything I fucking say. Don't. Look for it yourself, because I'm the type of person,
Go
yo,
search
that
that
I do
shit.
not like being wrong and strong. So if I fuck up and somebody finds out the opposite, I want to know that. So that way I can fix the damage I've done and make sure I'm giving truth further on. That's the person I am. You understand? So I'm like, and this shit airs. This shit airs. And I shared a motherfucker of it, yo, in my stories. And guess what? I'm restricted now. So I get demonetized on YouTube. Right? You know, that was hard work. So because I told the truth, these things are backed up. Then you see certain channels, I understand they're right wing, but they say certain things that matches up with what I say. Then they're suspended. Oh, they're in a court case with YouTube now to get their channel reopened. Blah blah blah. I'm like, why? Huh? Because that's the same thing I said, you know. So, and why you going so hard? If it's bullshit, yo, let these people that's telling bullshit be ridiculed. But no, you just silent. Why are you silencing them, yo? We gotta be able let them give us ammo to shoot them down with their bullshit. They don't do that. They what? Why are you silencing people? Huh?
Because my thing is, if it's wrong, then it should be able to be disproven. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let all the bullshit out so we can sort it out. But you silence it? Nah, man. And the thing is, the funny thing is, I love about this that what I said before happens to be revealed like in about 3 months later. And I'm like, remember when I said I lost shit because, and I'm like, oh God, why don't listen to me? Look it up. Your mode should not be, oh, you're talking bullshit, whatever. Your mode should be, he just said something. You know what? I want to make sure that this guy does not say this shit anymore. Let me look it up and disprove him. And then we sort that out. No, it's always no, shut up, whatever, because it hurts or because of shame or whatever. And I'm like, we cannot be in that mode right now. This is serious. Again, I'll say this again. Robinette, right? Joe Robinette, trace that name back. This is you know, all right, man. Slave owner, right? He admitted on TV who his fucking mentor was, right? KKK leader, right?
Yeah,
At
the
his
one who went to the
eulogy,
funeral.
right? Come
The
on,
funeral.
people, do something, son. We're saying yes to this shit, and this is not something that I'm pulling out of my fucking ass here, yo. It's there. It's there. There's no fake article. Yo, this shit's televised. You can watch it.
And
Right?
everybody
Or
tried to
you
lie
will
about
have
it,
to
too.
admit, that everything is fuckery on TV. If you dare tell me that what we're watching there was, oh, that could have been edited. Say that to, yo. So that means that runs for everything and everything you think then, right? Because don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. You know? So yeah, don't say, yo, don't believe anything I say. Listen, because it could be true. but also listen because you want to make sure I don't spread bullshit. So research. That's it. But don't research the same shit that's feeding you. What sense does that make? Or some opinion article that's associated with this. When you trace who funds this and who's owned by this straight back to the top, and you wonder why everything's one-sided.
I watch C-SPAN and I'm
all the
subscribed to
time.
them on YouTube, and I've only seen Fauci discussing COVID-19 and vaccines.
Well, damn. So you mean to tell me it's only available on the internet, or you have to have like a special cable channel so to see this? You see how hard it is to find shit that should be like right there in your face? Because I have this shit recorded. So okay, fine. I'll re-upload it and not just leave it as a story because of censorship. I'll just legit just post it as a main video on my story. Let's see what happens to my channel. Because there's a time everybody could see what story I put up. I only get 3 views now, when I was getting like a quarter at least of my followers watching it. All right, and I got the notification too. So at least this time they tell you. Like before last year, they weren't even telling you. People had to come up and tell you, oh, there's a warning when I tried to follow you. I'm like, what? A warning? I don't share bullshit. Like the fact, have you read the fact checker? Yeah, the fact checkers are the funniest shit ever because they just use wordplay. I'm like, oh, this person didn't really do this, but they did that because, I don't. Wait, what? You just said they didn't really, and I'm like, do you guys read the fact check, or you just see fact check and say, okay, so that person was saying bullshit? Because I'm like, you just said the same thing, but changed the words and made it seem like it's no big deal, and said that was a fact check. What? And you slapping this on everything that has a certain in the algorithm. I'm like, yo, and but you know, the people who are saying what's being said to them, it's not happening to them. It's funny, like sometimes it's the same words used, but it's in favor. So how come nothing happens? But I use the same words. So that means y'all really looking. Y'all really looking. Or that algorithm you have is like fucking legit. That shit's legit, because I don't understand. How you able to see the terms of how somebody types something to be able to target them to make sure nobody sees their shit? Because I could see videos all day of people in the other side of the topic all day. And I'm like, and I will show this. I will show these things. But people just be like, I don't know. NPCs, I guess. It's just they see it and they're like, whatever. Or they see it and like, oh, you're talking bullshit. It was like, but it's right there in your face. It's right there in your face. Like, we have the same enemy here, yo. Let's not let them tell us what? What color are these people? What color's Trump? What color's Biden? Why are we not and we're fighting each other on this shit? That's the worst part, yo, is my people or relatives. And I'm like, yo, the next year or the next time it's proven true, silence. Them gone, you know. All right.
Yo, deal with your accent that came in like 400 or 500 times throughout the whole
this is insane. That's why I'm like, I'm always like in a good mood, because I'm like, I know the truth. I know how to function around these things. I seek out answers. Like, it saved my life plenty of times. So I'm like, imagine on a bigger scale, what makes it different from the smaller scale? They're still human. I mean, they're gonna do some fucked up shit, and now they have money and power to do it. They have the capability. Hello, Hollywood. What? So wouldn't you? I'm like, I would, if I had that. What do you mean, son? And I probably wouldn't even be anything malicious about to keep people in line. If I had, so if a bad guy is thinking, bad guy is doing good guy's dream. Straight up.
All right. Any last words before we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, stop.
Robbing that.
Okay. I meant to put this. I don't know why I forgot to put this on, but I don't know if y'all heard about this or not. But like Young Thug, he had a video message for his fans to jail from his jail, and he was urging them to sign a petition to protect black art from being used as evidence in criminal cases. So if y'all do y'all think that would be a good thing for black art or no? Or you
Please.
think cuz I think some people think he's just using that because he's in jail and they're using his lyrics against him.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna lie, I didn't even know Young Thug even liked art.
So, all right. So here's my thing. Here's my thing about this whole thing, right? It's because it's only fairly recently they started looking into lyrics to, convict people and shit like that. Especially like,
Really? Oh yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, like especially on this type of like not scale, but we all know it's only certain people that they do this to, as we know.
Those
But
those those folks that don't have a bill.
yeah, those folks that don't have a bill, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time though, because hip hop and like rap and all that, it was used as a form of protest. Like they would use that to talk about the conditions of the hood or like their environment. Like that's what it was originally about. You feeling what I'm saying? It's only then we know how like they took it over and then they only use it to glorify very negative things about that environment and then use it as a way to elevate these people that are coming out of the hood. That's why people that go back get shot and shit like that. Because now you have a whole bunch of people saying that should have been me. That should have been me. That should have been me. Right. But here's the funny part, though. All of that shit is happening in real time. Everybody knows the beefs. Everybody knows the sets that are beefing against each other. Yet it took that nigga to make a song for you to arrest him. You feeling what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
Mm.
I feel like Young Thug, he kind of has a point, but because of the person that he is and the type of people that he represents, it's going to fall on deaf ears. It's going to fall on deaf ears because, bro, we've seen like other genres of music, they be talking about degenerate ass shit. Bro, there's a song called Bitches by Hollywood Undead. And the song
Hey,
has literal pedophilia in it.
yeah, it does.
It does, and you know it does. They still standing though. So
I mean, the group broke up several times, and
nah, they
you
did.
know, but you're not
I mean,
wrong.
I don't know if I feel like some when people make this point of what you guys say, I feel like it just flies over a lot of people's heads, and it's too
Hmm.
much. It's too much focus on because we're black, because we're men, because we're this, we're that, and I'm like, you can't like the mafia when they were around. The head person couldn't get arrested because there was no proof of what he was doing. People
Codasada.
know that he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I see what you mean.
People
I know
knew that
exactly what you mean.
he was getting people killed,
Yeah.
but you had no proof. That's why people they were investigating Young Thug for so long, and for people not saying it's y'all, but for people who are defending him like he doesn't do anything, I said, bitch, how do you know that? You're not with him 24/7. You don't know the conversations he have on his phone. Why? Because you see him shopping in Neiman Marcus, and you see him at a photo shoot. The mafia man used to do the same thing. He'll be in Bloomingdale's in New York with his wife, shopping, getting a fur coat, something, and then go home. And then he's downstairs in the basement with Vinny and them having conversations, and someone's gonna get their shit rocked, and someone's getting their head or their torso cut in half and put in barrels and being dumped in the river, in the
Hudson
Hudson or
River,
something.
the Hudson River.
It's like a lot, and then like the whole thing with the lyrics is a lot of them tell on themselves. And whose fault is that? That is their
Bobby
fault.
Schmurder.
You
God,
wanna you wanna talk
yeah.
about what you did in the lyrics to the T? Yeah, now I realize what happened to my cousin. Oh, and we thought it was him, and now we're listening to the lyrics, and it sounds just like that. So I'm gonna go to the fucking police because a lot of people talk like, "Oh, he needs to get out." I say, "Yeah, until it's your brother, right? Until it's your father, until it's your brother, your uncle, something." Then you're not gonna. Then you're gonna feel all this remorse, and you're gonna feel all this hate and anger. But because you're not affected by it, you think everybody's so fucking innocent. Oh, Gunna didn't do anything. Oh, YSL is not a gang, it's a group. I said, bitch, it's a front. This shit's always been around. I don't know why young black people today act like stuff that we do is so fucking brand new.
Yeah, it's really not.
I said this shit is old as fuck. I'm like, people been doing this stuff. And Young Thug deserves his ass to be in fucking jail. That is too fucking bad. You got yourself out of that situation. You finally got out. You're making money. You're living a good life, and you still want to do this hood shit. That's what the fuck you get. That is exactly what you get. Cause you don't learn. God gave you a fucking chance and you still fucking up. Now you're gonna suffer. Because even some guys who've been in hip hop since the early 90s, they said, if you're supposed to be so street and so hood and so gangster, why do you want to be famous and have a spotlight on you now? And you're still doing that knucklehead shit. You're still doing that gangster hood shit. Why do you want the spotlight on you? How are you going to be doing that stuff and be famous and be going and performing on stage and shit?
Mm-hmm.
All eyes is on you. I don't feel bad for these niggas. Cause I'm about sick of them. I'm about sick of the fucking music. I'm about sick of the glorification of all this bullshit they say, the disrespect that they rap about. I'm over it. Good. Send your ass to jail. Go rot in fucking jail. See you in the next time.
I
I'm
guess
over
I'll
it.
see you next lifetime. Man. Oh man. Oh shit. Xavier, I'm not gonna lie. Everything you said I was gonna say. Um there was a reason. Y'all remember the whole stops. Yeah, I swear to God, you said everything I was gonna say. Y'all remember the whole stop snitching shit?
Yeah,
I
Girl, that
remember
made
Mm.
when
me
people
mad.
and
yeah.
I hated that.
I
I
remember
love
I
I
remember
loved how
when
they
people
pulled
was
up the
just like, yo,
Ti
are
bit
you going
just because.
I remember the whole stop snitching shit, and I was telling people, I said, I don't know why y'all wearing this shit. Niggas snitch on themselves all the fucking time. That's, one thing I've always said is just that rappers is like you ain't got to worry about other people snitching because most of the people just telling themselves like YNW Melly with the murder on your mind, and they're just like, I've heard that song, and it's just like, what makes you think like you just gonna put out a song like that and niggas is not gonna look up shit like this? And it's not even worse than like Chicago drill rappers when someone catch a body and then you make a beef song about it, and then talking about how your people's done caught a body, and then I think the what's the other one? The Who I Smoked Them Niggas in Jacksonville, Florida. I was like, this is some demonic shit. And then like doing music videos at people's grave sites and shit. It was just like and you wondering why like you have that negative energy of people coming up to you and then trying to like shoot you and shit. It's just like it gets
They be
real
posting that shit
disrespectful.
too. They be posting the
Yeah,
crime. Speak
and you
about
worried about
snitching on
civilians
yourself.
and you worried about civilians snitching on you. It was like, nah, you niggas do it yourself. It's like, what is the point of me snitching when you doing it yourself? That's how Cassidy got hemmed up when he was talking about he had a song called AM and PM. He was like, I'm gonna get you like they did Harold at the like or some shit like that. And that shit got him locked up. And I'm like, y'all realize I understand like we're a product of the environment because Boosie said like he used to do some shit and then he used to go rap about it because that's all he really did. And then I know Rod Wave talking about like he gonna stop doing sad depressing music because he's living good now and all that stuff. I feel that's why I look at people like 50 Cent when he says I don't gang, I don't gang bang and some shit like that. It's just like he telling people like I'm not part of that Rico shit or all that. if to me, if you're a hustler's going to hustle, even if you're not selling drugs. I feel like if just like the people like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, you're going to sell something else. You ain't got to sell work. You ain't got to do none of that street shit. You can do legal shit that gets you money too. If anybody could tell you, Master P is like the perfect example. That motherfucker was
Bro,
selling
that
speakers.
man collecting hella bank, and people be sleeping on Master P.
People be sleeping on Master P. Niggas just sell. This nigga is selling his own noodles. It's just
But I think it's just because a lot of his stuff doesn't appeal to the mass.
Probably so.
It
He
kind
getting
of
that money,
appeals
man.
to that ghetto hood stuff,
Right.
which can make him money, obviously, because that's who's buying it. But I'm not going to the store to buy rap snacks. I'm sorry.
but when he had Lil Romeo on, I would say this: when he had Lil Romeo on the Romeo show, there was a lot of white people buying Lil Romeo gear, the little
I
P
love
Miller
that
clothes.
show. Yeah. When it's
So, like I said,
appealing, it's appealing. But some stuff that Master P was doing, I was just like, I don't like.
Bro, let me tell you something.